Turning now to our drought emergency. As dry days drag on, new drought restrictions could go into effect in Marin County. The board will hear that item tonight. And as KPIX5's Emily Turner reports, it could have a major trickle-down effect on housing.
There are already restrictions in place for current customers, both residential and commercial, but this would be for future customers, and that could cause problems down the pipeline for more than just water. The signs are everywhere, literally as well as figuratively, in the form of brown lawns and unwashed cars. But the possible next step in drought relief you can't see because it hasn't been built yet. No new hookups for new development.
That would be a temporary ban until we get through this drought, right? Because this is a severe emergency for us. And we don't look at it as a development issue. We look at it more as a water issue, as a water supply issue.
The Marin Municipal Water District is considering suspending all new water hookups in response to the drought. The specifics are still being hammered out and will be presented at tonight's board meeting. Already, though, the county has some of the tightest restrictions in the Bay Area. But facing the possibility of not having enough water to meet demand, the district says it's the next logical step. But a step that could essentially stop new construction in its tracks.
We don't have it in the house, so it's going to be a little harder for us to get a house because it's going to get even more expensive if they do that. So honestly, I don't know what they're thinking.
But realtors say new construction is such a small percentage of the county's housing inventory that it likely won't have a huge ripple effect. But in such a tight housing market, any limit on supply is sure to make a difference. But until the particulars are decided, those remain to be seen.
I know it's going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of people, but I think at this point in the history of California, we have to just bite the bullet and do what needs to be done to preserve water.
This isn't the first ban or proposed ban of its kind. There have been several, though, decades ago. A couple in the 70s that only lasted a few months, and then one that went from the late 80s into the 90s, so several years. Now, considering California's record with drought, there's no telling how long it would last here and potentially how long that new ban, if passed, would last. Those are all details they're going to have to hammer out tonight. In Corte Madera, Emily Turner, KPIX 5.
For continuing coverage of the drought, check out our website. You can find water restrictions and conditions by zip code at kpix.com/drought.